Hey scrapbookers and crafters, this is Michelle at michellesizemore.com. That has one L in my first name if you're looking for me. I'm a Creative Memories advisor, and today you'll learn how to make these borders using the Snowflake Chain border maker cartridge and papers and cardstock from Creative Memories. I'm going to set this aside. We're going to make this one today. Now, I've placed items that I needed, more than I needed really, but I just wanted to show you, this is the paper from Flurries of Fun. I love it. And I used red cardstock for this right here. I used this shade of blue cardstock for this, and then I used white cardstock for the snowflakes. And then I also used this piece from Flurries of Fun for the background. Okay, now those are mostly the full-size sheets that I use, but I'm going to choose from my scraps to use up those first. I didn't have any scraps of this. I do have scraps of this, and this, and this, and I believe I need a full-size sheet of that. Okay, so I'm going to set all of this aside, get it out of my way. This is a power project sleeve that I put everything in for a project. It's open on the top and the sides. You can easily prepare your projects in these and then stack them up, take them to a workshop or a retreat, and then you have all your items for each project within one sleeve. Or you can just do one at a time and then reuse it as you go. I'm going to set that aside, grab my trimmer here, and we're going to get started. The first thing I want to do is to punch my snowflake chain with this blue paper. And here we go. We've got the border maker. Well, I'm not going to use the trimmer yet. I've got the border maker system here with the snowflake chain border maker cartridge. And let me just tell you about this. At the time of this video, we still have these online, but I don't think they're going to last much longer. I have ordered some extras and put in my inventory. So if you go to my website and you can't find it, you can get in touch with me to order directly from me. All of my info will be on my website that I told you about at the beginning of this video. Okay, so I'm going to put this inside the cartridge holder. I'm going to do that with the two metal pieces sticking out. And we're going to open the tray holder, the paper tray holder, and open the magnetic arm. Put your cardstock or your paper in here. You want to line it up with all sides of the tray and close the magnetic arm and pop the paper tray in place underneath. Okay, now we're going to put the cardstock in here, match your blue notch with your white notch, then things fit together underneath like a puzzle, and punch. And gently pull up, plop it back down in place where your notches match up again, and punch. You'll feel it just plop into place when the notches match up. So now we have this row of snowflakes. Now I want the actual snowflakes to be white. Now I see there's a little edge there. I'm going to grab, this is my crop caddy, rainbow dots, with all this stuff in it. It spins around. I love it. It's so cute. I'm going to grab my micro scissors out of there. I will need this pencil. I might need these scissors. I'll need a repositionable tape runner. And I think that's all I need for now. Set that aside. Set this aside since I'm done with this now. And I'm going to clean this up. There are a couple of little pieces I saw on here that were a little bit shaggy, unfinished. Clean that up with these micro scissors. These little micro scissors are perfect because they get into all these little grooves really easy, and they are super sharp. Yeah, there's another thing right here. I must have just not punched hard enough right there, but that little stray piece. There's another little stray piece. There we go. Okay, I'm good with that now. All right, so let me show you what I did to get the white behind there. You could just cut little circles and put behind here, but this is what I chose to do. I'm going to just draw the outline with a pencil. I should have done this before to save time, but I didn't, so. So you gotta watch the whole thing. Okay, so now, let's match it up and do the bottom. So I'm going to just draw the pencil line, and then what I'm going to do is to cut a little bit within the pencil line to make it smaller so that I can mount this blue on top of the white, and the white won't stick out the sides, but you can still see it as snowflakes. I don't know if it's easier to do this or just to punch out little white circles. I'm not sure, but this is what I'm doing for now. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this. But as you can see, I'm going inside the pencil line and cutting it smaller than what I drew. And I'm hoping I'm not cutting it too small. If I do, I can just piece some little white pieces under there and fix that. This is a little tedious, but I like the finished look, so it's worth the time to me. Okay. Alrighty, let's get this show on the road. I'll tell you what, one of the things I need to learn soon is how to speed up my videos, and so that when I do this, when I forget to do it beforehand, I can just show you and then speed up. But I'm not that tech savvy yet, but I'll get there. One of my goals when I'm taking a break over Christmas from work is to kind of brush up on my YouTube skills and add some new features, because I've just kind of learned as I go. Okay, I'm going to grab this border mat, and if you're interested in ordering one of these, let me know. You won't see it on my website at this time, but I can get it for you and direct ship it to you. Okay, so I'm gonna lay this down, and the reason this is so good is that when you use your repositionable tape runner, it doesn't stick to this. The excess it repels it, and it just stays within here, so it's very, very nice to use. Now, I'm going to put my tape runner on the back of the snowflakes. It's kind of hard to see them since the mat is the same color, but I'm just putting it, you know, all on the back, and it comes out in little clear sticky dots. That's why I love this repositionable. It only sticks to where it needs to stick. It's perfect for these little intricate things, because if I used my regular tape runner with Creative Memories, it comes out in white strips, and it would show white strips through the holes. So since it's repositionable, it's clear dots, and you don't see the excess. Now I'm just going to piece this on here and try to make sure that white is completely inside the blue, and there may be a few little stray edges of white that I have to cut away, but for the most part, this is working out okay. And then rub it gently to make it stick. And when you see all these little extra pieces, just grab your micro scissors and clean that up, because it's not perfect. I was just sort of trying to cut it a little bit smaller, but you got to be careful not to cut it too small, or then you'll have some little parts within the snowflakes that don't have white backing them up, okay? I think there's only one more spot where I have to do that. Okay, now here's an example. I just cut away a little bit too much, but I'll show you how I fix it. I'm just cutting the white. Well, shoot. Okay, I'm cutting the white back here. There we go. Now, that's the only place that I think there was white sticking out, which is pretty good. But right here, there's a little space where I cut a little too much, and there's like, you can see there that white's not back there. So I'm just going to cut a little piece of white cardstock and kind of curve it on the side. Okay, and then I'm going to stick it back here. So I'm going to add, it's right here. So I'm going to add a little bit of repositionable tape runner and just put there, and you'll never be able to see that that was a mistake. So see now, but I do have this, oh, no, that's just not cut off. So see, I think it looks good. There is a little bit of white. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, so I got that. That's the hardest part. It's not even hard. Now I'm going to grab this paper from Flurries of Fun. I'm going to draw a pencil line where I think that was about 1.5 inches, but that shows me where to cut. And I'm going to grab my trimmer, put this paper in here, line my pencil line up with that little left-hand side dotted line. And that does come out to be 1.25 inches. So you're going to cut this strip 1.25 inches. Now, tell you what, I'm going to open up the arm here. Make sure, excuse me, my little foot is flipped out. And that makes the arm level with the trimmer. And it just gives you more space to measure and make sure your paper's straight. So let's just do this. So I'm going to line my paper up, as you can see here. And we're going to line it up to the 1.25 inch mark, which is where that pencil line is. The blade always comes down this left-hand side dotted line. And that's where my blade is. And you can double check it with this little clear thing that has a line. It's going to cut right there all the way down. Okay, so now I've got that. I'm going to mount my snowflakes on top of this. So just use my mat and put some repositionable tape runner here on the back. Goodness, I've got all these stray, trashy pieces. Okay. I think I see another area where I need to add just a little bit of white. And I'll show you what I mean. Because if I don't, it's going to show the blue through right there. So let me just cut another little piece. This is just a way I can correct my little mistake. Curve it at one end, and let's see, it's right here. Add some repositionable tape runner there, and just stick that, press it really hard, and then cut it straight here. There we go. Yep, I'm good with that. Okay, so I've got adhesive on the back. I'm going to mount that and just try to visually center it up. Press it as I go down, but gently, because these little snowflake cutouts are fragile. So you just want to gently press it down and make sure everything sticks. And then all I have to do after that is two things. I need to cut my red cardstock, and I use the wave blade. So we're going to bring this in, pick the wave blade. It's this shade of green. Grab my red, well, it's cranberry cardstock. Okay. Now I'm going to line this up at about the 3/4 inch mark. You could go a little smaller if you want, but that's good. And make sure it's straight all the way down. Make sure it's straight at the top. Hold it down firmly and close your arm, and then cut. And then I have one strip like that, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. Same exact thing. Hold it to keep it from slipping. Since it's a skinny strip, it might slip a little if you don't hold it. Okay, so I've got those. And I am going to go ahead and cut 2 pieces of this plaid with a straight blade. And I just went through that really fast. To do that, you flip that lid open. Here's your blade. You put it in curvy side down and close. Sorry I didn't stop to explain that. I just do it so fast now. Line it up about the 3/4 inch mark and cut. So I've got one strip like that. And let me tell you, my goal, see how this red strip is right here toward the edge? My goal is for it to be toward the edge. So I'm making sure I cut it that way, and I'll show you why in a bit. Okay, so now I've done all my cuts. And what I want to do now is, let's grab this mat. Let's grab this one, because I think you'll see better. The color is different enough. The silicone mats come in a pack of 3. These 2 and the border one. I love these things. I love them. Okay, so we're going to put some repositionable tape runner on the long edge, just along the side. And we're going to mount that on top of this red. You want just a little bit of that red to peek out past your paper so it looks like a border. And then we're going to do the same thing to this side with the red. Now you can use these lines on here to make sure you're straight, but I usually just kind of look at it visually. Okay, gently press it down. I'm going to finish off these edges because they're a little bit uneven. I'm just going to take my micro scissors and do that. Okay, and I'm almost done. The next thing I do, put some repositionable tape runner on the outside edge of the red. And we're going to, remember how I said I wanted that little strip of red to show? So I want it to be on the outside. So I'm going to face that up. Okay. All right, and I'm going to mount this so that, and I kind of want that to be a little bit wide so that the red shows really well. And I'm using that lighter blue line to keep it straight, okay? Now I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay. Okay. Do the other side the same way. Letting about the same amount stick out so it's even. Excuse me. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so this is my border. Alrighty, you could use that at the top of your page, bottom of your page, or pick a side of your page. You could do a 2-page layout, which is what I typically do. I'd have 2 pages side by side, and I would put one border on the outside of this one and the other one on the outside of this one, or at the tops of both of them or at the bottoms of both of them. So that's what I would do. Now let me just go through these other ones. So I made this one. That's what I just did here. You could do the same thing with just using different colors, or this one I cut a little bit wider. I wanted a little bit wider look with the blue, but I used red cardstock instead of blue. And then I used white cardstock here with the wave blade instead of the red. And here I used light blue cardstock. Other than that, and then I used red to mount it on, just switching up the colors. But I showed you one sample, and then you can switch up the colors however you like. Thank you for watching my video, and hope you guys have a great day. Bye.